Hey everybody, happy Homebrew Wednesday. This is my first Homebrew Wednesday, so to make things simple, I'm going to make a smash beer. I'm going to brew a 12-gallon batch actually, and I'm going to use regular Breeze 2-row and centennial hops, primarily because I have quite a bit of centennial hops. This is where I store my hops. As you can see, I have quite a large selection. Here are the Centennials. They're from 2014, 9.3% alpha acid. I should have enough to really hop this bad boy up. Going to be milling about 21 pounds of, actually 22 pounds of the 2-row, and that's what I'm doing now. This is my process, by the way. Any suggestions would be helpful. It's kind of a tedious process. All right, so what I do is I fill this up with about 3 pounds of the grain, which I get from here, and then I transport it over to the grain mill, which can hold about 7 pounds. So I fill it with 6 pounds. All right, so now I'm going to mill the grains. I've got 6 pounds in here, so I have to do it in steps. Let me begin, put my foot over here. And we're beginning to mill the grains. By the way, cheers guys. Drinking a homebrew while I'm doing my first video. Nice and creamy head. This is a wheat beer. This is the end of it. 22 pounds of grain going down. That's a 6 row. It's 22 pounds basically there. It's a lot of grain. It's this bucket is basically filled. Okay, so basically here is my crush. The thing is completely full, the 5-gallon bucket. This is the texture of the crush. I don't know if that's a little too fine perhaps. This is generally about how I crush my grain. All right, so let's get to the next step. We're going to heat up the strike water and mash in. All right, I'm heating up the mash water. I have about 7 gallons. I'm going to get it up to about 165. I'm trying to mash at 152. Okay, the mash water, strike water is heated up. I have it at about pretty close to 180 because I'm going to lose quite a bit of heat as I transfer it to the mash tun. Let's check out what happens. I need a much better system going forward. Here I am filling a little bit of water into my mash tun. Here's the grain. Going in right now. Unfortunately, I need somebody to help me record this, but I'm doing it best I can. Let's check the temperature of the mash. Checking it now. Looks pretty good. I'm at about 152. Nice. Target reached. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bore loft. This will be the first running. See how we do. It's coming out now. I'm going to recirculate the beer.
I find it hard to believe too.
Very grainy. Do about 2 quarts and then I'll let it drain into my boil
I think
kettle.
probably more to the point is that the person didn't have it.
Sounds good.
Which is
That's cool.
okay, you know, but they shouldn't have gotten a dog in the first place for whatever.
Delicious
Cheers.
beer. Cheers to you.
Well, we're lucky, you know, to have
What is this, a black IPA?
It's a smash beer. Single malt and single
very
hop.
smart.
Centennial.
He likes stuff.
Centennial and 2-row. It's actually pretty clear coming out. I'm very surprised.
Frothing, I'm zooming in. Frothing up pretty nice.
I'm going to recirculate this. They call this bore lofting. Now I pour it in very gently up on top. I I have about 7 gallons in here. I'm batch sparging. I think we're good. Cheers.
Cheers.
Hey guys, I wound up having about 13 and a half gallons. Looking at it, actually about 14 gallons total. Now I'm bringing this up to boil, and then I'll add my hops. Okay, I measured out the hops. These are all Centennial hops, and here they are. Weighed them out over on my scale. These are my additions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 additions. That's the bag from Yakima Valley. Cool. Okay, we are starting to boil. That's the hot break. 1 hour. Just added the wort chiller and threw in 2 Whirlflock tablets. 15 minutes left in the boil. Here's my wort chiller. Cheers. Putting in the 10-minute hop addition. 2 ounces of Centennial. Whoa, a lot of dust in there. About to add the 5-minute 2-ounce Centennial addition. Last hop addition at flame out. There we go. Getting ready to chill the wort. These are my 2 fermenters filled. I have not pitched the yeast yet because I was only able to bring it down to about 75, so I'm going to let it sit probably overnight, then I'll pitch the yeast. Cheers. Last but not least, my original gravity is about 1050. I think that's pretty close to the maximum I can get without using a dry or liquid malt extract. 1050 is about as much as I could go with my mash tun. It's a 10-gallon igloo style cooler. Okay, cheers. Good homebrew.